by the start of next pre-season, everyone would have forgot about Dustin Martin.
Yeah,
that he's retired, that he's not playing.
So big retirements. Obviously, Dusty Martin was one of them. Poor Tomahawk decided to do it on the same day. It seemed like no one cared about it, but obviously, I mean, one of the great forwards had it. Like
Games record holder at Geelong too.
But what's the process from a like when you're at the end, or do you know it's sort of your last year? Like, how does retiring work or how did it work for you? And like discussions
it didn't work
happening.
For me. I was like,
or you were let go.
I was told I wasn't being renewed.
Yeah.
But you're coming to the end, and no one's naive to the fact that footy's going to finish. But you sort of have an idea at the start of the year, and then I reckon halfway through the year, you've pretty much 75% know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
And then 3/4 of the way, like probably around this time of the previous couple of weeks, you know.
Yeah.
What's going on? Because there's not many people get to like the last round and go, nah, I'm going to play another year, or nah, I'm going to give it up. You sort of understand, and then and the clubs have their perspective as well. Obviously, they will know list-wise, and they're always looking for the future. So they want to know, is there a spot there?
Yeah.
How much cap space and all that sort of thing. So this is like obviously the time where everyone sort of starts pulling the pin and all of the above. But a lot of the times it's not in the players' hands.
Yeah.
Like Hawkins and Dusty, obviously legends of the game. So that was purely in their hands whether they want to go on or not. The clubs would have just said, yep, if you want to, you can go. Gaff, probably a bit different. He probably knew the writings on the wall.
Well, yeah, West played Coast reserves the whole year.
Do their rebuild, get another, like obviously free up a bit of money in the cap, try and get some players. And that's sort of a similar sort of scenario like Dusty's. Like, it's probably $1 million you're freeing up now. And I think if you're Richmond, you've got to commit to a full rebuild. Like if Rioli wants to go to Gold Coast, get picks. If Bolton wants to go to Perth, get picks. Just go hard now.
Yeah, Baker as well.
And just load up. Get a few players that want to come back from maybe interstate, try and get a few free agents, pay them good money, young free agents that might want to go there, but you got to like fully commit to it. And
fine line though, you don't want to get rid of too many old. Like you still have to have people set the standards of training, and like so you keep your guys like you like obviously that was like your role when you came into GWS. Obviously you were a bit younger than like you were at retirement stage, but you were. Like, you need those guys that have been at the club. Like, so, like, they're just not going to empty house and go get rid of everyone.
And I think there's still guys there, especially at Richmond. There's still
like
guys
Loston
there.
You just keep him, like, solid operator.
But they just, like, it's
Tom Lynch.
If people actually want to go as well, like, and they got value, you're better off, like, it's like the Gaff scenario, what was it, 3 years ago or whatever it was. Like, he was going to potentially
North
come
Melbourne.
back here, and there was picks galore. Like, it's obviously hindsight's a wonderful thing, but it's like, then he just sort of just drifted out. If they had got a couple of draft picks and you get a couple of good players, and then they're playing alongside like Harley Reid, and that's that. But these players these days, they're way too professional. Like they already know how to train and the training standards and all that. So
so you don't reckon this is much an issue? You don't really need. You need experience.
You do need experience, and that's more playing game time and like in the heat of the moment, like actual games, rather than on the training track. But it's
also mentorship though as well. Like I think whenever you're learning a new skill, if there's a guy that's better than you and he's like he can pass on information to you about, hey, next time don't have your hand there because I found that this I'll get caught or dragged from here, and
but they analyse everything. They know everything.
Yeah.
There's people that, but it is it's interesting because you're like Dusty's like one of the greatest of all time, right? So like you don't say that lightly. Like he's one of the greatest of all time. Like only person.
Big time player.
Yeah, 3 non-Smiths and all that. But it's like, no word of a lie, and this might sound bad, and I'll say this to people all the time. By the start of next pre-season, everyone would have forgot about Dustin Martin. That he's retired, that he's not playing. Like, you just literally just like, it's like wiped from your mind. I was like, it was the same with me. I'm like, oh, mate, we're going to miss you. No, you're not. Like, a month later, you're going to be like, whatever. You're moving on. You're doing your pre-season training. You're going into round one going, oh, remember when we had Heath Shaw? No one cares.
No.
It just takes, and footy just moves so fast. It's like, thanks for your services. Yes, we'll remember you in the right way and all that, but clubs just move.
So what's it like, obviously, like with the guys that have retired? Is it basically... Is there anything special inside the club, or do they just like basically it's like, all right, well done, mate?
Usually the best and fairest.
It's a bit like a cake, like a pizza party or something at the end of the.
They usually just do the awkward, the awkward announcement. Oh, guys, I'm pulling the pin over. It's the same thing, but no, it's usually the best and fairest. You give a good send off and get all the family and all that together. And it might be throughout next year one game where he does sort of the lap of honour. Yeah, their same sort of thing, which is great.
He'll take some convincing to do that, surely.
Yeah, with Dusty, there's no way he'll do that.
No way.
There's no way. But Tomahawk, like Will, and that sort of stuff. So it's good to be sent off in the right way, and I think clubs do it pretty good.
You win some, you lose more. For free and confidential support, call the number on the screen or visit the website.